Morning. It's Monday, October 2nd, and yesterday I jumped the gun and declared the shutdown when it never happened because Congress got their act together for a few minutes and they now have 47 more days before they will come up against the deadline. And the one thing that bothered me about the law, the stopgap measure that they passed, is that they cut the money for Ukraine out of the budget. And I don't see how, as a great democratic nation, we could do that. Why did we cut the money out for the Ukraine? Was that such a burden on us compared to some of the other things that we piss our money away on? So I'm really disappointed in the stopgap measure. And I have still reservations about whether or not we'll really be in good shape in 48 days. Because if we can cut money out of our budget to help a nation in desperate need, then there's something wrong. But then again, there's lots of people in our own country that are in desperate need, and I don't know what we do about them. We're piss poor at the way we spend our money, and we're piss poor at the way we watch anything that we decide to give out. When we had the COVID mess, and we were funding all kinds of things to save people's lives, scammers got away with $66 billion of our money because we don't put anything in place to check what's going on. We're not very good about handling money in this country. I'm glad we got this measure passed, and I'm glad we have 48 days to think about it. But I'm not sure that we're going to get the job done in 48 days either. And that's a sad commentary, because you would think by this time that we have learned the lesson. And our lesson should be, it's okay to spend money, but it's not okay to continually go into debt. And I don't know how we avoid that. We have a debt-loving nation. We're not a bunch of savers. If you look at the population in general, many people in the population are poor, but they don't save any money either. Maybe that's our fault. Maybe our minimum wages should be better all around the country. Maybe there should be a national minimum wage and not leave that in the hands of states. And look at how poorly we treat some of the school systems in this country. They're not given enough money to develop a citizenship that knows what to do when the time comes. So we have a lot of problems to overcome, and I'm not sure we're in position to do that. I'm not sure the leadership in this country really wants to solve our problems. They just want to manage to stay elected and do whatever they can do. And maybe I'm being wrong about this, but I doubt it. I think it's a very difficult thing to be a politician in this country. There are so many things that get in the way of doing your job. So many people conniving for the politicians. We've seen that. We've seen the politicians and the justices of the Supreme Court that take advantage of the situation, have no code of ethics, spend tons of money, not their own money, but the money of people who ingratiate themselves to these politicians and to these justices. What are we going to do about that? Those are all signs of a failing nation. And our monetary system has been downgraded. So I'm really sorry that I went off the wall too fast on the shutdown, but I have to produce a rant at a certain amount of time, so I guessed wrong. But I didn't guess wrong about the problems that we have in this country. We have problems, and we don't have a good team available to solve those problems. We have too many naysayers and too many people that want things done their way instead of the best way. And the best way is to do things that benefit the nation, not that benefit your own local region all the time. Yes, you have to take care of the people that you elect. But when that stands in the way of something that the rest of the nation needs, then we have to look at that differently. And there are so many major problems in this country that nobody can make a list and attack these things in some sensible order. And right at the top of that list, of course, would be our immigration problems, which are only exacerbated by the fact that we don't have enough people to do the job. And then we have to pay them. And that's another way we're going to lose money in the deal. So I don't know who's capable of straightening this mess out. I'm looking for a leader. A strong leader who could step in and straighten out these things. And he doesn't have to be a Democrat, and he doesn't have to be a Republican. He has to be a man of action or a woman of action. I'm not satisfied with the people that are running for office. Because look at the messes we're in. Look how badly we are failing in our primary duties. Not enough money to run the country properly. Too much spending. Too many nations to help, perhaps. But I believe we have to continue helping the Ukraine. We can't cut them off. Not that they're the greatest nation in the world, but we can't cut them off. They're a democratic country that has been attacked. And we can't let those who believe in monarchies and totalitarian states prove to the world that they're stronger than a group of democracies. That would be a major, major disaster. So I don't know why we cut the funding out of that particular thing. Probably because McCarthy had to do something, because his ass is on the line too. We don't know what's going to happen with him now. He may be out as the speaker. But listen, he'll get what he deserves. If he had a strong leader and he had his act together and he wasn't stupid enough to go through 15 votes before he got the job, he had to learn to live with it. So he did this. It's right for the most part, but he did cut some stuff that was important, and we'll see how it turns out for him. Put his neck in a noose, and maybe the members of his party and other people will try to tighten that noose. It'll be an interesting couple of weeks. I haven't gone through the whole bill to see what we're not funding yet. I'm just taking this chance to apologize to everybody for my stupidity in trying to jump the gun on the shutdown. But I'm not apologizing for a lot of the things I say because I believe in them. So I leave you with that this morning. I'm disappointed in the way we answered the shutdown problem. And we'll see what happens in 48 days if it gets better. So have a great day, and I'll see you in the morning. Bye.